तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतसक्तसुदीननरम् सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 1st chapter. Yesterday we heard Narada Goswami is telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj that if anyone gets the mind absorbed in the Supreme Lord, whether it is by lust, due to enmity, or out of fear, out of affection, or out of devotion, in any manner, if one can absorb the mind in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, they will get liberation. Example has been given that the gopis have attained Krishna through lust, Kansa through fear, Shishupala through his enmity, the Vrishni dynasty, they attained the Supreme Lord through Sambandha, through their relationship with him. And you, Pandavas, attained the Lord through friendship, and I attained through devotion. Narada Goswami is telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Now, Vishnu Chakra Thakur says that even though it is said that all of them get liberated, they get sakshatkar, means direct perception of the Lord, yet what is to be understood is that they are not getting the same target. Destination is not the same for all of them. Liberation is common in all of them. They all get liberated, they all get to see the Supreme Lord directly, that is okay. But the thing is that they will have different, end results, destinations, end results. So, Vishnu Jagati Thakur writes in the commentary that the gopis have attained the Supreme Lord through their lust. Now, what it is mentioned here is that the lust of the gopis is not any self enjoyment. The lust of the gopis is to give pleasure to Supreme Lord. Because if there were, if the gopis, if someone has attained the Supreme Lord through lust, through sense gratification, then the name of Kubja would have been mentioned here. But not mentioning the name of Kubja, Kubja means hunchback woman, the name of the gopis is mentioned because the gopis have attained the Supreme Lord through their selfless lust. That is aprakrita, transcendental lusty desires. In this material world, lust is there, but that lust is self-driven, for self-enjoyment, self-satisfaction. But in the transcendental realm, particularly in the abode of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, everything is surrounded around the pleasure of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is the target there. And bhayat, through out of fear, comes remembered Lord Krishna always, therefore he could also get the direct perception of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and ultimately he also got liberated. The Vrishnis means the Yadavas who are fortunate to have family relationship with Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, they also got the direct audience of Supreme Lord and also got liberated. So through their direct relationship as a family member, they also got deliverance from the Lord, from the material world. But here, Vishnu Jagati Thakur says, everyone in the Vishnu dynasty is not considered here. For example, Satrajit, Prasen, Shatadhanva, Karna and Duryodhana are mentioned. These are exceptions. They have not attained, because even though they are related to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, their relation is not in a favorable way. Their thinking or meditating upon the Lord is not constant. Their mind was not absorbed in thinking about the Supreme Lord. Satrajit, yesterday we stopped there. Satrajit was a worshipper of sun god, and the sun god was very pleased with him and gave him a kind of a special jewel that is as shining as sun. That's the name of it is Syamantaka. He received that Syamantaka from sun god, which is non-different. Non-different means the effulgence of that jewel is just like that of sun. After Satrajit got this, he was wearing this and showing to everyone that he has got something very precious, and that he is someone great. So Krishna, who is also in the Vrishni Vansha or in the Yadava dynasty, he came to Satrajit and he told, you see, this is our family pride. The Syamantaka is the family pride. It should not be a personal pride. It should be given to the ruler of our Vrishnis, that is Ugrasen. Ugrasen should have this. You please give this to him. But Satrajit did not hear. Krishna did not ask for his personal thing, but he asked for that it is the pride of our dynasty, of our family, it should be there with our family. But he did not hear, listen to him, And after few years, Satrajit gave this Samantaka money to his own son. His name is Prasen. So Prasen was wearing this, and then he is boasting of he has gone for hunting in the forest, and when he went into the forest for hunting, one lion attacked him, and the lion killed Prasen, and he had stolen the Samantaka jewel. And then in return, this lion was killed by, Jambavan. Jambavan has killed this lion, and he had taken it to his, cave. He is living in a cave. Jambavan is like a monkey, is like, the ape. So he went into his cave. He has a daughter, and he had given this Samantaka money to the daughter, who was very, very happy, very, precious jewel. So she was wearing it. Now here what happened is Satrajit had, doubted that it is Krishna who has stolen it. He killed his son Prasen, and he had stolen it from his son. Because when Krishna asked, I did not give, so it is Krishna who has killed my son and had taken away. Now it is a black mark on Krishna. So he thought, no, I have not done it. He tried to explain him, but Satrajit did not hear. So Krishna finally found, by going around, he could find that when Prasen had worn it, went into the forest, and he followed the footsteps of Prasen, and then that led him to the place where Prasen was killed. And from there he saw the footprints of a lion. He thought, oh, it looks like the lion has killed Prasen. He followed the footprints of the lion. And after some place he found the lion footprints have stopped, and an ape's, a monkey's, footprints are there. He thought, oh, it looks like the lion is killed here. It's like a unfolding mystery, thriller movie. So Krishna then thought, oh, okay, looks like the lion is killed here. And he followed the footprints of the ape that led to a cave. He thought, it must be in this cave we will be able to get. And then he took some Yadavas along with him to attack inside the cave, but he told, you just stay here outside. I shall go inside and find out. I shall come back very shortly. If I don't come back in few days, then understand that I am finished. He goes inside the cave. He fights with Jambavan for 21 days. For 21 days he fights with Jambavan. And ultimately Jambavan, he understands that because Jambavan is living from Treta Yuga. He is a servant of Lord Ramachandra. So he understands that a person who can stand in front of me for 21 days, that must be my object of worship. Otherwise no one can stand in front of me. Person in Treta Yuga, more power than Dwapar Yuga person. In Satya Yuga, people have more power than that of Treta Yuga persons. And Jambavan as such is blessed by Lord Ramachandra. So he thought, he must be my object of worship, otherwise nobody can stand in front of him. So immediately he offered prayers. You are my Lord Ramachandra, my dear master, please forgive me. I have, out of my foolishness I fought with you. So in this manner he prayed to Krishna, and Krishna explained him the purpose of his going there. Then Jambavan gives the Samantaka jewel to him. Please, take this. But I have committed great offense to you. In order to please you, I shall also give my daughter to you. Please marry her. Jambavati. So, Krishna got married to Jambavati after this. Then he brought back the Syamantaka jewel to Satrajit. Satrajit was greatly ashamed after knowing what has happened, because he had foolishly, put the blame on Krishna. So he was very regretful of what he has done. He tells Krishna, you please keep this with you. I am very sorry, please keep this with you. He says, no, I don't want it. You just keep with you and then you give to whomever you want, but I don't want it any longer. Now, Satrajit gives his daughter Satyabhama in marriage. He gets Jambavati and Satyabhama, both in marriage during this episode. Now, in this manner, Satrajit is related to Krishna, also as Vrishni dynasty, related to Krishna. But because he has not like Shishupala, he did not absorb his mind completely in Krishna. He was in relation, but he was not in actual understanding with Supreme Lord, Krishna as Supreme Lord. So, he is an exception. Yesterday we heard about, Duryodhana and Karna also. So, even though they belong to his dynasty, they are not, considered among these who got deliverance by his family, relationship. এখানে স্নেহের পৃথক রূপে তাহার প্রাপ্তি সাধনত্ব ব্যাখ্যা করা যাইতে পারে না, যেহেতু পরবর্তী বাক্যে ভাবসমূহের পঞ্চবিধত্ব নিরূপিত হইয়াছে. You see, these people cannot be considered as being related with Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and thus attain liberation, because in the next line it talks about bhava, the mood. The mood with which the absorption is required for liberation was not present in any one of them. Simply having relation is not sufficient. The mood is also important. Just like we became disciples of Gurudev. Simply having relation as a disciple is not enough. You should have the mood that you are a disciple. That I am his disciple, I need to be disciplined, I need to follow his instructions, only then the relation will be complete. Like in India, the marriage system is there. That when a husband, when a boy gets married to a girl or a man gets married to a woman, then the woman is, given, we call it as, 3 threads are tied, 3 knots are tied. Kaya, mana, vacha. By mind, by body and by speech, I am yours and you are mine. 3 knots are, put around the neck of the girl. Now, this, a woman who has got this necklace around her, neck, she is termed as a married woman. She is a married woman and she has sindoor. So this is like, she is now in relationship with this person. Now, this is just an external exhibit of it. But she cannot actually be related to her husband until she has given herself to him. And the husband cannot be called as being taking care of the wife till the point he is not considering that she is his own. The point is, formality is not as important as the mood. The mood is very, very essential. So here they have got a formal relationship. Satrajit has given Satyabhama in wedding to Krishna. Very nice. But there is the mood of constant absorption which was not present. That is why there is not considered. Duryodhana also, He is in relation. If Yudhishthira is in relation, then what do you call, Duryodhana and the Kauravas are also in relation with Krishna. But why did they not get? Because the mood is not present. Relationship is present, but the mood is not present. That is why these exceptions are there. Bayam bhaktya আমরা নারদাদি ভক্তিতে তাহার প্রতি লাভ করিয়াছি ইহা পূর্ববাক্যের সহিত সম্বন্ধ, and I through devotion has attained the supreme lord. Narada is telling this to Yudhishthira. तन्मध्ये गोपीगण प्रेमयुक्त प्रेयसी भाव. Now what is the mood of all these persons and what kind of destination have they attained is being spoken by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the purport. He is telling that the gopis, through their loving affection or lust to Supreme Lord, they have attained prayasi. They became the lovers of Krishna because they have the absorption of the Lord, absorption in the Lord through lust. Therefore, they became lovers of Krishna. Kansa Sayujya, and Kansa has attained Sayujya Mukti. Sayujya means to merge into the Lord. He attained Sayujya. Shishupal, Dantavakra, Paundraka, Sarupya, एवं अपर अरिगण यथायोग्य सायुज्य सालोक्यादि लाभ करियाछेन. And Shishupal, Dantavakra, Paundraka, they all attained the Sarupya. Paundraka, right? Paundraka was a duplicate of Krishna. They call it as doppelganger or something like that. And there is some word, doppelganger or something like that. So there is a dupe, means look-alike of Krishna. Paundraka and Krishna are look-alikes. And Paundraka claimed, Krishna, stop claiming yourself to be Vishnu, Krishna, or four-handed Narayana. I am the four-handed Narayana. Stop claiming yourself to be God. People are, calling you God and you are claiming yourself to be God. Stop claiming this. Paundraka warned Krishna. Krishna told, please keep quiet as long as I am sparing you. The moment I kill you, you will be finished. But Paundraka did not listen to his heeds. So he was ultimately killed by Krishna, directly killed by Krishna, Paundraka. So he also attained Sarupya Mukti, same form. And other demons, by their own eligibility, they attain different states. Some merging and some they attain of the same planet of Supreme Lord. Vrishnigan O Pandavgan. Now, I have got a question. Shishupala has attained Sarupya Mukti. Everyone saw that Shishupala has entered into Krishna, isn't it? Then how it is Sarupya Mukti? It should be Sayujya Mukti, right? Why it is Sarupya? I have got this question. I have got an answer also simultaneously. That is why I am smiling. It should be Sayujya, right? Because he merged into Lord. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that he attained Sarupya Mukti of the same form. If you remember, one of the purports that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote in just a couple of verses ago, he told that Shishupala's Sayujya Mukti was temporary. And he later attained Sarupya Mukti. I don't know if you remember it or if you attended the class. He told that his thing was temporary, Sayujya. Later he attained Sarupya. because Shishupala was one among Jaya Vijay, who had the same form as Vishnu. They are the two gatekeepers. Therefore, they are no, they have the same form as Supreme Lord Vishnu. That is why here it is Sarupya is mentioned. And similarly, Dantavakra, he is also, one is Jaya and other is Vijaya. Vrishnigan or Pandavgan Sakhyadi Bhavyukt Parshadattva. And the Vrishnis and the Pandavas, they attained the Parsha what do you call? Sakhyadi Bhavyukt Parshadattva. They attained the state of being friends. They are eternal associates of Supreme Lord in the mood of friendship. Narada Prabhriti Aishwarya Jnanayukta Parshadattva. And Narada and other devotees, they attained they became the associates of Supreme Lord in Aishwarya of Jnana, in the knowledge of reverence. এই রূপ साधन अनुयायी सही प्राकरणिक वाक्य दृष्टिते निर्धारित भगवद गति प्राप्त होइया चलेन. In this manner, whatever mood one has adopted, he has attained different targets. Although everything is liberation, salokya, sarupya, samupya, sarshti, sajya, sayujya, these are 5 kinds of liberation are there. In spite of that, depending on one's own mood, they attain different kinds of liberations. एखाने यादवानाम हितार्थाय अर्थात যাদবগণের হিতের নিমিত্ত पर्वत श्रेष्ठ गोवर्धन आमी धारण करियाছিলাম এই হরিবংশের উক্তি অনুসারে নন্দাদি গোপ বৃন্দেরও वृष्णिवंशत्व হইলেও ऐश्वर्य ज्ञान शून्यत्व रूपे स्नेहयुक्त आधिक्य वशतः पुत्रादि संबंधेर अतिशय दृढ़ता এই ব্রজবাসী গণেরই প্রাধান্য দ্যোতক বুঝিতে হইবে. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur brings one point here. In Harivansha, it is written Yadavanam hitarthaya. In order to protect the Yadavas, I lifted Govardhana hill. Now, Nanda Maharaj is also Yadava. The what do you call other Vrishni, those who are in Dwaraka and Mathura, they are also Yadavas. And Nanda Maharaj is also Yadava. But he lifted Govardhana hill for the Yadavas. Which Yadavas? That is for those in Brajadham, not for those who are in Dwaraka. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes here, according to this, it is understood that Nanda and others have also attained Supreme Lord due to having family relation with him, but not in the mood of opulence. Devaki, Vasudev, etc., they attained Supreme Lord in the mood of opulence, Dwaraka. But Nanda, Yashoda, Sunanda, etc., all the inmates of Vrindavan, they attain Supreme Lord in knowledge of relationship, but in the mood of loving exchange. So, Putradi Sambandher Atishay Dridhata. We have to understand that the Nanda and others have got the more or much more deeper absorption in the mood of servant or the mood of son, Krishna as their son. Therefore, their position is much more stronger in devotion. Means their destination is superior to any of these destinations. What others have got. When Kamsa has invited, he sent Akrura to bring Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. At that time, the Kamsa has announced that on this particular day there will be a wrestling. Krishna and Balram are going to fight with Chanura and Mushtika. Very wrestlers, great wrestlers, Chanura, Mushtika. So it was announced everywhere that these small boys are going to fight with, heavily built bodies of Chanur and Mushtika. And Nanda Maharaj also came to see in Mathura what is going on. Everyone, surrounding villages of Mathura, they were all invited into this, field of battle. Nanda Maharaj saw Krishna fighting and Balaram fighting with these two great wrestlers, and they were ground to dust, both of them. And then Krishna attacked Kansa, and he was also finished. Nanda Maharaj saw this. Even though Nanda Maharaj saw this, the Aishwarya Bhava did not come in him. The reverential mood, the opulent mood did not get roused in Nanda Maharaj. He still saw Krishna as his own son. How could he possibly do it? So it is the blessing of the gods that somehow these great persons were defeated, but otherwise it's very difficult, for Krishna would have been killed. So his reverential mood has not got erosion in his heart. And here Devaki and Vasudev, who were in the prison house, they heard that Krishna and Balaram had killed Kamsa, Chanura, Mushtika, etc. They thought, yes, Supreme Lord Krishna, what is impossible for him? We know that he came as four-handed Narayana form, but it is by our prayers he became two-handed form. So they are Vishnu, Krishna. Krishna is nothing but Vishnu. Therefore, he has all the powers he can do. So immediately, even though they heard, their mood of opulence has increased. Nanda Maharaj directly witnessed, but his opulence mood has not aroused. He was still in his own intimate mood of Braja. Therefore, as much absorption one has got, one will get that kind of highest, state. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajami aham. To the degree, to the extent one submits to me, to that degree I give myself to them. If someone considers me as their own son, I become their son. If someone considers me as their master, I become their master. Someone considers me as their lover, I become their lover. In this manner, the Lord assumes the form in which the mood of the worshipper is there, in order to give pleasure to that person. Katamo api na venaha syat pancanam purushang prati tasmad kenapyupayena manah krishne niveshayet. এই পঞ্চবিধ চিন্তা দ্বারা তাহার স্বরূপ্য লাভ হইতে পারে. So by these 5 kinds of thinking about Supreme Lord, they can get the sarupya, etc., the liberation of sarupya. Kintu নাস্তিক বেন রাজা এই পঞ্চবিধ চিন্তার মধ্যে কোনো উপায় দ্বারাও শ্রীকৃষ্ণের চিন্তা করেন নাই. One of the questions that Yudhishthir Maharaj asked is that offender of Krishna, Shishupala, he got deliverance. Even though there are great many devotees who are still hankering to get delivered, Shishupala got deliverance. Why did he get deliverance? We also see in the scriptures King Vena, who was also offender to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He went to hellish planets. Why Vena was sent to hellish planets? Why Shishupala was given liberation? King Vena was a very, very atheistic king. Means he did not allow any one of his citizens to perform worship of Lord Vishnu. All the sacrifices were stopped totally by him, banned. If anyone is performing any sacrifice to Vishnu, worship of Vishnu, they are arrested. The Brahmanas in that particular kingdom, they saw, oh, we are heading towards a atheistic kingdom. We are heading towards, complete destruction of our kingdom because of lack of, performing yajna, etc., sacrifice, etc. So all of them together, they killed King Vena. They killed Vena. They have powers. Through their spiritual powers, they killed Vena. And neither was he worshipping, nor he allowed others to worship or perform sacrifices. Therefore, Yudhishthir Maharaj is telling that because he was an offender to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he got hellish planets. But why Shishupala did not get hellish planets and he got this liberation? The answer for that is here in this particular verse by Narad Goswami. Nastik Vena Raja, the atheistic King Vena, এই পঞ্চবিধা চিন্তার মধ্যে কোনো উপায় দ্বারাও শ্রীকৃষ্ণের চিন্তা করে না. He did not think about Supreme Lord in any of the 5 moods mentioned above. Neither fear, nor enmity, nor lust, nor through friendship, nor through devotion. By none of these things he absorbed his mind. He simply banned performance of worship, but he did not think about the Lord. Sutrang tahar mokshagati hoy nahi. Therefore, he was not delivered. What it means is that all atheists are not delivered. Those who simply say that don't worship or the existence of Lord is false, it is only fantasy, it's mythology. Those who are telling this, all of them are not liberated. Vena is there an example. If you are saying that Shishupal attained, therefore I can also offend the Lord and attain liberation. No. What is more important is the absorption of the mind, which is very, very essential. Ataiva je kono upaye houk Shri Krishna manonivesh koribe. Therefore, whatever mood it may be, try to think of the Lord always. Remember the Lord always. Vena did not get because he did not think about the Lord. Shishupala got because he thought about Supreme Lord. His mind was absorbed in the Supreme Lord. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, যদি বলেন দেখুন শিশুপাল প্রভৃতির নাই ভগবানের নিন্দা তিরস্কারাদি করিয়া কি জন্য বেন নরকে পতিত হইলেন. So Shishupala got liberation, but why did Vena go to hellish planets? তাহার উত্তরে বলিতেছেন পুরুষম প্রতি ভগবানের প্রতি পূর্ব শ্লোকোক্ত কামাদি পঞ্চভাবের মধ্যে বেন কোনো ভাবেই প্রাপ্ত হয়নি. Because King Vena did not attain any of the 5 moods that are mentioned in the previous verse. अर्थात गोपीगणेर न्याय स्नेहयुक्त कामवान nahe, means he did not have any lusty desires like the gopis had got. Kanser mato bhito nahe, he was not fearful, he did not fear Krishna just like Kansa did. ভগবান আমাকে বধ করিবেন এই রূপ বুদ্ধিতে ভগবানে অত্যন্ত আবেশময় শিশুপালের ন্যায় দ্বেষ্টাও নাহে. And he did not consider, he did not think that, oh, Krishna is going to kill me, therefore I shall bear enviousness with him. Vena was also not thinking like this. Because Shishupala knew why he had enmity towards Krishna is, Shishupala knew that Krishna is going to kill him. Shishupala, when he was born with some extra limbs. He had 4 hands. His, were not a very good shape, not like a baby. So his mother, Shishupala's mother, thought that how can people will laugh at me if they see that I have given birth to such a son. So she wanted to kill him, Shishupala. Then she heard a celestial voice, no, don't worry, my dear lady, don't kill your child. You know, there is one person into whose lap when he goes, immediately he will become a normal boy. But the same person will become the cause of his death also. So by touch of whom he becomes normal will also be the cause of his death. So Krishna is elder to him. So one day he went to this place and he, took the boy in the lap out of love and affection. And as soon as he took in the lap, immediately his 2 hands disappeared and he became a normal child. Shishupala became a normal child. So immediately mother of Shishupala was reminded that he is going to kill my son. So she went and prayed, Krishna, we are in relation to you. Please excuse my child. I know that you are going to kill him, but please don't do that. He promised, okay, I will spare 100 offenses of Shishupala. Ask him to stop, keep quiet. I will spare, but he should not use any abusive words. He should not, offend me. For 100 offenses, I will spare him. So it is your duty to stop him from doing it. So that is why Shishupala's mother repeatedly pleaded, Shishupala, don't speak against your brother Krishna, don't speak against him, don't speak against him. But he went on speaking against him. He only absorbed, he only, increased his enmity towards Krishna, and ultimately he faced death in the hands of Krishna only. So, therefore, Shishupala was constantly thinking that I will be killed by Krishna, I will be killed by Krishna, I will be killed by Krishna. So his mind was absorbed in his enemy always. Therefore he also attained. But Vena, it is not the case. Athava Naradadir Nyay Bhakto Nahim. And he is not a devotee. King Vena had no absorption of the mind basically in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna by any of the moods mentioned above. Ataiva Shishupaladi Binna Bhagavane Pratikula Bhav Poshankari Vyakti Vener Nyay Narakei Gaman Kore Bhav. Therefore, know it for certain that anyone bearing enmity towards Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he will definitely be destined to hellish planets. With the exception of Shishupala, because he could absorb his mind. If we take Shishupala as an example, okay, Shishupala got by enmity, I will also get by enmity. He is telling that, no, they will get the state of Vena, not of Shishupala. Warning to all of us. तस्मात् केनाप्युपायेन जेहेतु यही प्रकार अतएव कोनो अप्रतिकूल उपयोगे द्वारा श्री कृष्ण मनोनिवेश करिबे. Therefore try to absorb your mind in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna in a favorable way, not in an unfavorable way. Try to absorb your mind in not unfavorable way, means in a favorable way. Try to absorb your mind in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Don't follow the path of Shishupala. You will become Vena's descendant, not Shishupala's descendant. यही विधि वशतः तस्मात् वैरानुबंधेन अतएव की वैरभाव की भक्ति योग इत्यादि पूर्व श्लोकोत्तर विधिर सहित एकार्थता जानिते होइबे. Therefore, even though these 5 persons have attained Supreme Lord Sri Krishna by these 5 different moods, what is the prescript for all of us is think of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna in a favorable way. That is the purport. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय। श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी एवं परीक्षित महाराज की जय। जय श्री नारद गोस्वामी की जय। श्री युधिष्ठिर महाराज की जय। समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।